don't know what's going on.
Take that out. I got it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they come on.
We're in session in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. The first case is cause number 326-512. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Gabriel Darrell Carey. We have Mr. Gabriel Darrell Carey appearing via Zoom. Mr. Carey, how are you doing?
How are you doing today?
That's good. Now, Mr. Carey, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Charlie Rojas. Mr. Rojas is in his office. How are you doing, Mr. Rojas?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Carey, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Carey, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Carey, you are represented by your attorney, Mr. Charlie Rojas. Mr. Rojas, do you waive a record in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Carey, the information in this case alleges that on or about January 5th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Carey, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Carey, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty, Mr. Carey, because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carey, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On this document, Mr. Carey, there are a set of initials, GC, on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next page of the same document, Mr. Carey, above the line that's titled defendant, there's a signature. Mr. Carey, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
The next document that I have here, Mr. Carey, is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Carey, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carey, did you sign a document on paper that is titled the discovery certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Carey, prior to signing and initialing the documents that I have just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any
No objection,
objections?
Your Honor. No
No
objection.
objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 is admitted. Mr. Rojas, you've advised and counseled Mr. Carey. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Carey, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Carey, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The plea bargain agreement is for 166 days, county jail, credit for time served, tax and retire court costs.
Mr. Carey, the state is offering that you serve 166 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you do not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 166 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served.
Yes, sir.
The court cost in this case is $327, but you would not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Carey, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Carey, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Carey, this will conclude your case. And Mr. Carey, please follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day.
You too. Y'all have a blessed day too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Rojas,